I watched a woman shave a fish.
Yeah, that's not
So in many ways, that's woman and fish together at last.
It's one of those things that's oddly satisfying.
Wow.
Hello and welcome to the Abroad in Japan podcast. Probably the best way of learning about life in Japan without actually being in Japan. If you're watching on YouTube today, you can see me hunched over the bar in uncharacteristic fashion, looking at some oranges and the telltale sign of he might be joining us on this very special edition of the Abroad in Japan podcast. Or I'll make that noise and you can work out what that is. It is Coolish. It is now all over the counter. And the person that brought it is finally here after 3 years, Mr. Pete Donson.
It's gone. It's finished.
It's the way of my cat.
I'm on a coolish binge, Chris. I'm on a little coolish adventure mission, trying to travel the world, trying to find the new flavours of coolish that are out. Hello.
Coffee flavour.
It is, yeah. I've been around Tokyo looking for better flavours. Apparently, there's a new charcoal flavoured flavour. Oh. And it looks like the sort of thing you'd feed a dog if it eaten Lego to pump its stomach, but I can't seem to find it anywhere.
Are you blaming this up?
There's only original vanilla or that one, and I'm a little bit disappointed. So,
I can't. Well, it's good to see you, man. Welcome.
Yeah.
3 long years.
Delicious.
3 long years, and he's finally here, right? He had a studio since November 2021.
This studio has been in 2 different locations, and I visited one of those locations. It's really well travelled, and I'm really impressed, actually. Chris, I've walked around. I've inspected the television and all of the little connectors, and I've eaten some of your chocolates.
Coolish all over. Oh yeah, Pete ate the first person ever to eat some sweets from the Dagashi traditional Japanese sweet shop.
A couple of years out of date.
It was 2022, wasn't it? And it didn't end well. But anyway, washed out your mouth with some drinks. I got you a strong zero.
Got me a strong zero. Lovely. Yes, that's what I need on massive amounts of jet lag. Yeah,
cheers.
That's cracking.
So you've been here 24 hours.
Not even that.
Fine.
And I'm already. This is my first alcoholic drink in Japan. A Suntory strong zero. I think there's peaches involved.
That was plum.
Right.
It's double strong zero.
Double strong zero, 9%.
I've got a humble 7% orange punch here. So, yeah, you've been here a very short time, but already created a very sticky mess right at the fucking bar.
I've made a sticky mess in Japan.
But Pete
brought some oranges.
They brought some oranges. Are they from the UK? Oh,
yes.
They're from the 7-Eleven. Did you bring me anything from the UK?
I brought Sean, gave us an ever case. I brought you this book. It's loving your paperback I've been reading so much about.
Out now in independent bookshops.
In all of the independent bookshops.
Abroad Japan book, autumn edition, right?
Autumn edition, nice and reds, yeah. Can I?
It's a special present for you.
Oh, well, I can take it. I've got an entire suitcase dedicated to crap I'm going to take home. And when I told my partner that I was going to come out with a big suitcase, she said, "Please don't. All you ever buy from there is shit." So,
well, that's an exception.
Don't exception.
Don't get it in the Coolish.
No,
love of God.
Try it out loud.
So, what's the game plan? You're here for a week, right?
Yes.
And we're going on a little road trip tomorrow.
A little road trip that may or may not involve a hairdresser, which I actually need at the moment because I had my hair cut a Turkish barber's and he did a terrible job. So I think I need to get Natsuki to get clipping.
What do you mean? What's so wrong with it? It's kind of like mine. You and I have a similar hair.
At the back. It's kind of straight at the back. And I mean, I look at Ned Flanders at the moment. It's not ideal.
That's the moustache.
The slight, yeah.
I was in Sapporo last week and I went and got a haircut spontaneously. And they cut off all the hair. And I was just like, oh, a little bit, please. And she got out like a chainsaw.
That's exactly what you need in Sapporo, the cold.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And now I look like this. It's very short.
It's good. I am very much enjoying I'm going to dox you at the general locale in where the studio is. I've been on the wrong floor in your building as well. I introduced myself to some men by accident. Said my famous chigaimas.
Of course he said ciao.
So
I bet you walked in and they were like, "Oh, Ned Flanders, let's."
Howdy ho, neighbours. But ironically, I was looking for their neighbours. But yeah, it's one of those things where, when you land and I've had about 6 hours sleep in the last 2 days. But
did you not sleep on the plane?
No, because I went on a ANA flight and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do. When you buy a economy seat, they try and upgrade you. If you you basically say they say, would you like to bid for a better class? And I gave them a derisory offer, and they said, no, thank you. And then so that's what zero is absolutely gutting.
What did you bid?
I said it's like £100. And I was like, there you go. It's yeah, it is interesting.
you off the edge of the plane.
Yeah. So I got like a kind of exit row, but I was between. I kind of forget that exit row. It's usually men who want to be stretched out because they've got big long legs, and they're usually big guys. And I'm in the middle on the exit row, and I'm like, this is. I couldn't even play my Steam Deck
On the middle on the exit row.
That's on the middle of the exit row. So like I couldn't get my arms wide enough to play a video game. So I just had to play Balatro on my phone for about 13 hours.
Did you talk to them?
No, and they didn't talk to me, but they would very aggressively get their, you go open the flap to get the arm rest out. Yeah, it's very aggressively.
Yeah. Well, they're Japanese or British?
Two Japanese, two of the biggest Japanese men I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Possibly pro wrestlers, I don't know, but they were gigantic, and I felt very small and tiny and wee. But
did it when you got on the plane? Was there a moment of terror when you looked at your seat and was like, there's two people there, and I've got to sandwich myself?
There's just no way I could fit in there. But yeah, it was fine in the end. I'm staying in an absolutely awful little sordid little grief hole in the middle of Shibuya.
You always stay in the same
Dogenzaka.
And that's very close to Lost Bar.
It is, yeah.
You put Pete up in the pantry. It's a very special room, like Harry Potter under the stairs.
It's one of those places where you have to like pretend that you're not in Airbnb. You go to like a little post box, open it up, and get like little lockbox out and sort of sneak past security and stuff. It's really good stuff.
This is the place you always stay when you come to Japan.
Lion's Mansion, Dogenzaka, right next to a strip club.
Look it up, Lion's Mansion, Dogenzaka,
near a Japanese strip club. So
why do you choose there? Because it's in the middle of the action.
No.
Strip club and
cheap, really cheap, and it's not quite a capsule hotel. I actually just met Banya, who does our editing for this podcast, the video version anyway, and he has been here for about a month, and he's exclusively stayed in capsule hotels.
For the whole time?
For the whole time.
Oh my!
It's amazing, isn't it? It looks pretty healthy for it as well. It looks all right.
I couldn't do it, man.
It's got number Hodai though.
Last time I stayed, oh God.
He stayed in one apparently that was like an onsen, but it was more like a swimming pool, and there were just beds next to the swimming pool. So it was just like sleeping in a changing room effectively for a swimming pool. Very weird.
Where is this?
I think I might have been in Kyoto, but it wasn't particularly nice.
I can't do capsule hotels ever since I stayed in one, and then it was just like wave after wave of drunkards coming in.
Right, okay.
From like 1 a.m. onwards.
Yeah.
And it was just like, right, Jerry, I'll find it drunk, and just smash everything.
I always find it's charming for the Japanese people, but anybody who has a European accent, I go, piss.
Yeah, first few times I went to a capsule hotel, it was just elderly Japanese salarymen back in the 2010s.
Yeah.
And now there's no Japanese people. It's just foreign drunkard.
There was a really drunk salaryman this morning outside the 7-Eleven at like 7 a.m. And he hadn't been out all night, and he got up, had a few drinks, and then just was absolutely palatic. I don't know how he's going to fare for the rest of the day. I think everyone thought he was quite unwell because he's a bit wobbly. And then as he got closer, he's like, stay some booze.
I mean, the day we opened Lost Bar, I went to show people around, like Lana, Pete, Natsuki. I got there, and there was a guy just face down on the floor in like a puddle of sick at the front of the building. Right. I was like, for fuck's sake, Shibuya. Stupid place. Luckily, they stopped drinking in the street now. You can't do it.
Well, I forgot.
Cleaner.
I forgot that shit. I don't think it is though, because I forgot that I forgot that like Shibuya is an absolute stink hole at like 6 a.m. So I'm jet lagged. I'm up quite early. Get out on the street, and there are just crows attacking bag after bag of rubbish, and then people try to tie up. And then you go further afield, and you sort of go to the slightly nicer places. You head towards like you basically go south, and there's like people from about 7 till 9 in the morning just battling the leaves. The leaves in autumn are vicious, and they must be battled. There was a man who was like, it was like the very definition of a Sisyphean task, where he just had like this tiny little leaf blower, tiny little Hoover sort of thing, and it was attached to like a power drill sized kind of leaf blowery kind of motor. Right. And a little battery, so like the lithium-ion battery must have lasted about all of 10 seconds, and he was just blowing a small, like an old lady's breath amount of air onto these leaves, and they were just blowing away from what he was trying to do and stuff, and it must have been taking ages. But yeah, everyone was just sweeping up leaves and putting them in plastic bags
It could be worse. I could be sick. I think
It could be, yeah.
much
You're
better
right.
than the normal Shibuya meltdown.
Well, I started the day, speaking of nearly being sick, I started the day by sort of just walking around. You know, like behind the Cerulean Hotel in Shibuya. It's kind of quite bougie, kind of like, central city sort of dominions. Like, you know,
It leads
built with a bit of money. So
it leads into
where they live.
Daikanyama.
Yeah.
Really nice upmarket area. Yeah.
Yeah. So you sort of go past all the little kids going to school and stuff. But then you've got this like a lot of like little sort of tiny little villagey restaurants sort of thing. And I walked past one and I was like, oh, that might be quite interesting. It's their big selling point is katsuobushi, the fish. Basically the hard, dry fish. The hardest fish. It's the hardest food in the world, apparently. Katsuobushi.
You could kill someone with it. It's like a block.
Yeah.
When you find it's like a block of wood. But then they carve it onto those fish flakes and it's fucking amazing.
So. I've had and so it is, and it was in the. I didn't realize it was in the Michelin guide. This katsuobushi place, and all I do is literally a woman just goes, shaves
the fish
with a plane, just shaves the fish. So I just watched a woman
shave that fish.
A woman shaving a fish. I just watched a woman shave this morning for ages, and then they just put a bit of rice, and that's in the Michelin guide.
Was there anything else on the rice?
There was a bit of flavouring, but nothing. Oh, it was nice, but it was just like soft egg, hard fish. Job done. You're in the Michelin guide. It was good, and it had a bit of charm to it. But people were queuing around the block. I was there for the time it opened, and still I didn't get in on the first. I had to wait for some people to sort of leave. It was absolutely crazy. But a well attended katsuobushi restaurant at Atbase. I did, and then I finished, and I was like, I'm going to eat some family chicken. So I've had 3 servings. I've had 3 servings of family chicken, and the last one I had, there's a new lemon flavour. Chris.
Of chicken?
How's that work? Family chicky, lemon flavour. And it tastes, imagine a piece of chicken, lightly, dusted with batter and fried and, tastes.
I could very much imagine that very easily.
Yeah. Now dip it in a lemon dance. And that's exactly what that tastes like. So my review of katsuobushi fish, very nice, very smoky, very flavourful. The lemon flavoured chicken for family chicken is absolutely rancid.
We've got to trouble you trying karaage-kun on this trip. The little karaage chicken where it's like a little character, and they come in chicken nugget flavors.
Oh, what is that on from Lawson's?
Lawson's
right.
Big Hill.
Yeah,
that's my new favourite thing.
I've been spending a lot of time in Lawson's and Family Marts this morning. It's just
in between watching someone shave a fish.
In between watching someone, it's been shave a fish.
What 14 months rather? Felt like 14 years. 14 months since you were last here, right?
Yeah, and I didn't sort of spend that much time in the city, sort of thing. So I'm enjoying sort of rolling around, just seeing what absolute tut they've got for sale in the shops.
And you bought a camera today.
I did buy a camera. I went to I went for an analog. I just wanted a little analog camera to shoot some 35 millimeter stuff. Just to have some fun with the camera. And so I went in and the man spent ages just showing me the camera and showing me that it was working fine. And he said I've got a 2-week warranty. 2 week warranty.
2 weeks. Wow. So
wow.
Where was this?
It's around the corner from where we are now, and it's just like an old camera shop. And I was like, oh, that's cool. They also do process the camera, so maybe once we go on our little trip to wherever we may be heading for, we can get them processed.
Well, we are going to go to Nikko National Park, which I've never been to. You've never been to?
No.
Natsuki's never been to.
I thought Nikko was like the whiskey place.
That's Nikko. There's a lot of Nikkos. And we're going to...
Will there be delicious strong zeros wherever we go?
Yeah, you bet. And there's going to be shaving fish.
Bet.
You enjoying your strong zero?
No.
It's good. It's good. This is nice. This is orange.
I had the dream of like my first alcoholic drink here being a lovely, foamy,
Kirin.
you or a Kirin or something.
It's
delicious.
You'll have that tonight.
This is wet like palate. Very
wet your beak.
It's very dry. It's a very dry drink.
I had like a famous YouTuber in here not too long ago who got like drunk on one of these. That was quite entertaining. But no, we're going to Nikko and
the beasts. We mother you like.
Oh God, drunk on power,
Mr. Foggy Lightweight. Like,
well, we're going to go to Nikko and poke around. And if you see us there, guys, come and say hi. because this podcast's coming out and then we're going there. So
Right, okay, that makes sense.
and I don't really know what's there. There's like a shrine for Tokugawa Ieyasu. I'm a bit worried. I hope it's good. It's one of those places that's like, it's nice, there's a shrine. I went on Reddit to do
There's
some
a shrine everywhere.
I know that it's like a really good shrine.
Right.
Like a carving of a cat. And all the reviews,
Cat.
I looked it up on Reddit, like, is Nikko worth going? And there was like a war going on between people like, yes, it was amazing. The best
Right.
I couldn't believe it. And then people were like, it was shit. And
It's always sort of people who are kind of posted there for like Jet, aren't they? Who will defend stuff to the hilt. And then there'll be some other people going, right there, it was absolutely nothing. Because we had sort of plans to go other places, and I had a little look.
So I gave Pete several options, and then I decided myself where we were going. Well, very friend.
That's what I knew. That's how I knew it was going to go. I'm not going to decide.
I gave you the option of Gujo Hachiman, which is called like Japan's water city,
Right.
because there's a river. And it's
mean,
like
more
Japan's
places
severe
got a river.
water. Yeah, it's really annoying. I never really got it. This is a nice town with a river in it.
Right.
Never been, but it's the city of water. And then
That's in Venice.
it's the only city in Japan with water.
Right.
Then the second option was Naoshima, Art Island,
Right.
which is cool.
Art Island.
Art Island. It's got lots of art exhibits and,
Right.
and e-bikes, but it's effort to get there. So I can that one. What was the other option I gave you?
Fukui was one. Fukui was one.
We looked at Fukui, yeah, and the dinosaur land.
I learnt so much about Fukui. There's so many like spooky ghost stories up there. There's an old lady who lived forever and looked really young. Like she lived for like hundreds of years. She looked really young because she ate a mermaid.
She ate a mermaid.
She ate a mermaid. So, you know,
do that. I'm going to eat a mermaid.
tiny mermaid.
I ate Japan's biggest mermaid.
I've eaten half a mermaid this morning with the dry old katsuobushi. You can eat half a mermaid. I watched a woman shave a fish.
Yeah, that's not
So
normal.
in many ways, that's woman and fish together at last.
It's one of those things that's oddly satisfying, how they like shape it.
It's quite loud, needlessly loud when you're trying to eat your breakfast, isn't it?
But it's worth it.
Like trying to cajole an egg into some rice.
But it's nice. Like there's only one town in Japan, I think. Two towns, one town in Kagoshima where they make all those fish.
How do they sort of do it? They just dry it. Why
They
why
just
does
smoke it
get
endlessly. They take
Right.
fish, they fillet it, and then they smoke it for like 8 years.
So they could make katsuobushi out of anything, really. Like, it's not necessarily it's a really hard fish, but it's not a specific. I presume they use a specific fish, but you could do it with like I don't know, whitebait, like a tiny little sprat.
You can do it whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do it with the crab. And
Massive whale. You could do it with a massive whale.
I watched a really good documentary on it, actually. It was really, really cool. And yeah, by the time it's done, it's like a big block of charcoal.
Mad. Fuck, it's
cool.
rock hard, yeah.
But
Poked her one with my finger when she wasn't looking. I was like, ooh,
you actually poked
I
it.
did, yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh, and they shaved that all over the feed.
What are you going to do?
This fish tastes awful. Why does it taste of Coolish Hunt?
20 quid for a bit of fish and some rice. Rubbish.
And you're also taking me wrestling later in the week.
I am, yes. Chris Brooks, the basically the champion of DDT, is going to be down in doing a little bit of Joshi Pro stuff. So
DDT.
that's one of the that's one. It's a move in wrestling, I believe, and but it's also one of the big kind of wrestling federations out there, like the WWE, but smaller and in Japan. So there you go.
And where is it when they watch it in Tokyo?
Yes, down sort of Pallet Town way. Sort of. So, yeah. Well, basically, I planned like
This is the one
Friday, Saturday. Pete gets Chris drunk, and we watch some wrestling. And it's not a bad plan.
I'm down for it.
We go dancing, we go prancing, we go wrestling.
Not so sure about the dance.
There's Border Kings.
Not so sure about the
My
dance.
feet are killing me. Like I forgot how bloody hilly Japan is. Like Tokyo is. If you just all you do is walk around. I know you're Dr. Taxi and Dr. Uber, but I'm just like. And I spotted almost immediately as I came out of my absolute grief hole, a Toyota Century, my car.
No way.
It was weird because it was like, that's my car. Someone's driving my car down the street. It was in a lot better shape than mine was. The suspension looked smooth.
Oh my God.
It was nice and polished. But yeah, it was just weird to see. I was like, oh, I know so much about that absolute hell car. And
It really made a solid impression on me when I saw it last. When I was back in September. Fucking cool car.
big old car.
Yeah.
Big long car. But
1980s TV screen in the back.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
it was outside the Egyptian embassy, which is not that far away from here.
Do
A
you still...
lot of King Tutankhamun death masks all over that guy.
The fuck? Do you still get? I was going to say, do you still get culture shock coming here? Well, I guess between Tutankhamun and shaving fish, it's not your average.
Trying to sneak into the Egyptian embassy.
Yeah, it's not your average Monday morning. Is it?
No, it's been a funny old onion. It really has. But it's one of those days that started like 5 o'clock in the morning. You're like, all right, I'm up now, and then you're just like, oh god, I'm endlessly just rolling around.
It'll be interesting to see how you fare tonight because it's like we're meeting with Natsuki at Utsunomiya. Utsunomiya is famous for its gyoza. It's like gyoza capital of Japan. So we're going to eat gyoza, and because it's like Natsuki's 2 or 3 days off that he gets like once every fucking 500 years. He's going to be like, I want to drink again and again, and so he will drag us around Utsunomiya, eating and drinking everything.
Sounds good.
And then you'll die.
It's not a bad Monday night, one would suggest.
A solid Monday night.
Yeah. I mean, we're heading to somewhere like quite onsony afterwards, aren't we? So
I've rented in Nikko. I've rented us a house. Right, it's got like a private onsen in the house.
Well, there you go then. So that's really good for hangovers.
That's right. You can flop into there like a fish.
Flop it all out, and then we'll
shave you and drink some rice.
Drink some strong zero in a bath. Lovely.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's it.
It's been too long, and I'm very much looking forward to getting started.
Jolly good out, chap. Jolly good. Well, that's the podcast for today, Kai. Not a normal podcast.
No.
But we've got a lot of filming to do.
We do.
And we don't want to deplete Mr. Donson's energy levels too much.
No, they've never been higher with this minus 197 strong zero.
Do you know what? It says minus 196 on there.
Yeah, why is that?
Because they take the fruit in the strong zero, in this case, the plum. They freeze it, right, at like in fucking absolute zero, and then they smash it up, and then they like pour vodka through it, or the Japanese equivalent,
right,
and that infuses the flavour.
Why?
Lovely. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Why did they?
That's why it tastes so smooth.
Why did they stop at 196?
Would
you not just go 4 more?
I mean, that's absolute zero.
Minus 200.
Yes, that's absolute zero.
Oh, is it right? Okay. Well, is that? Oh, no, well, right. Okay.
Can't be colder than that.
Is that true? I'm not thinking.
I hope I'm not making that up.
No, I know. Just because I wear spectacles, I don't actually know anything.
Rudimentary physics, Pete. But for now, guys, thanks as always. We'll see you later on the week. Wish us luck. And if you run into us in Nikko or Shibuya, which you probably will, because Pete's there, then say hello.
That's what everyone's looking.
Just grab a razor and shave him.
I have met a few Bron Japan listeners.
Viewers?
Yeah,
Listeners? Already on this trip?
Yeah, on this trip, yeah. There's one at the airport. One... Where was I?
What do they say?
There was one I saw in a pharmacy in my hometown, and also one in Japan. Just a hello, really. Yeah, love the show. It's not my show. It's Chris's show. So your show. It's going to head up to. So I head over to Chris's studio. Do not follow me.
But you're not allowed in here until you've tidied up this mess.
No,
clean up this mess. And Coolish everywhere. It's near it. Great.
I'm going to get in the lens.
For now, guys, see you later. Have a good one, and don't let Pete Donson in your studio. It's a fucking mess.
Ta-ta! Off to Nikko we go.